What's going on, guys? My name is Valued, and today we're going to talk about every single thing that's going to be coming your way in Season 10, including a conversation about Seer, buffs and changes for some of the weakest legends in the game, and so much more. I'm super pumped up for the season drop tomorrow, and I hope you guys are too. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, for all you guys that have just crawled out from your rock today, the new legend releasing in Season 10 is Seer. He's a deadly dancer with an army of mini-drones at his disposal. His abilities are geared towards hunting down his enemies and tracking traits just like Bloodhound. His passive ability named Heartseeker allows him to hear enemy heartbeats within 75 meters of him while ADSing with or without a weapon. And yes, you can zoom in with your hands and still hear the heartbeats. There will also be an on-screen indicator for the heartbeats as well, which turns orange when you're on somebody. This pairs very well with his tactical ability called Focus of Attention. This ability releases a small amount of mini-drones, and after a short delay, they mark all enemies in their path. It looks like a sonic boom when it shoots forward. And this ability does go through walls, and also interrupts practically any action in the game. Reviving a teammate, healing, using any ability, and even does 10 damage and reveals their current health and armor. Right now, this ability is seeming super strong, and we cannot wait to try it out for ourselves. And last, but definitely not least, we have his ultimate called Exhibit. Seer throws out his heart chamber, which then releases hundreds of mini-drones, which form a sphere. Any enemies that move inside the sphere are tracked, and their locations are revealed to Seer and his teammates. You can avoid being detected inside the sphere by not moving or crouch walking. Another way to counter his ult is by destroying the heart chamber. This means, as Seer, you need to make sure the placement is good when you use your ult. So guys, in conclusion about Seer, he's going to be an absolute blast to learn, and we hope everybody gives him a try because we definitely will be. It is, however, safe to assume that he might get nerfed just after being released if he's as strong as everybody thinks he's going to be. Alright guys, time to talk about the next new thing, which is the Rampage LMG. The newest addition to the weapon list is the Rampage LMG. This weapon is using heavy ammo, so as expected, the damage is rather large. 29 damage a shot with a headshot of more than 40, which is what we were shown in the initial trailers. So this thing is nothing to laugh at. It does have a slower fire rate than the Spitfire by quite a considerable amount. However, it counters this with very controllable recoil and a great magazine size. There is one thing that's going to set this gun apart from any other weapon though, and that's its ability to be charged up with a single thermite grenade. Once charged, this gun's fire rate gets massively increased, and the gun itself honestly sounds pretty scary. And from what we've seen, the gun has 46 bullets in a magazine with a purple or gold mag. This gun also gets a barrel stave, a stock, as well as sight options all the way up to the 2x to 4x AOG. And I also want to mention the iron sights seem pretty good, so that's definitely a plus. Overall, we love the way this gun is looking, and I cannot wait to see how it feels on release. I'm not too sure if it's going to be OP or not because the firing rate should limit its close range use, unless it's therm charge. Definitely be on the lookout for one of these bad boys. Now, when it comes to being on the lookout for new things, we definitely can't forget to mention a huge change for care package weapons. For many seasons, we've expected to find the Prowler in there, but this will no longer be the case, as the Spitfire will be taking its place in the care package. Definitely don't expect to find the same Prowler on the ground though, as its automatic mode will be taken away and it's sure to see a DPS decrease. Not only is the Spitfire joining the care package list though, because the alternator is also going into the care packages. On top of this, the alternator will come with disruptor rounds on it. Now, if you didn't have the pleasure of experiencing these the first time they were released into the game, just know you're going to need more shield cells than what you're used to carrying when one of these is involved in a fight. The L-Star is going to be getting a small buff as well in the form of a barrel stabilizer being able to actually go on them. This should do pretty major things for the recoil on the gun, so expect to start lasering people even easier than before. And on top of these gun changes, there's a couple gun attachment changes that are coming as well in Season 10. Anvil receivers and quick draw hop-ups are being removed and a brand new hop-up is taking their place. This hop-up is called the Boosted Loader, and it's going to be for the Hemlock and the Wingman. This will make it so when the player changes weapons, the gun will reload quicker and get bonus ammo if reloaded at the right time. Much like Deadeye's tempo, it's timing based, so make sure to pay attention to that. Reload speed will no longer be reduced based on extended magazines, so that's a small but crucial change, much like sniper stocks going on marksman rifles instead of normal stocks. Those changes probably will be minuscule in game, but are of course worth noting. Shotgun bolt speed has also been slowed down on the EVA 8, so no more of those fights where you blink and you've gotten 186 by an EVA. And that pretty much covers all the weapon changes that we know about so far. So let's change it up to some map discussion because you don't want to miss this. Now, even though there isn't a new map being added to Apex, there might as well be, with what we're seeing from the changes coming to World's Edge. The landscape has been destroyed to show the destruction from the harvester mining. A lot of the destruction spread north towards Refinery. Well, what once was Refinery. Now, the location will be named Klimatzer, and it's a much larger POI than before. This area looks super unique and should be a great location to land if loot is spread appropriately. Unfortunately, Refinery isn't the only POI that's getting destroyed because Sorting Factory is getting swallowed up by a sinkhole. The new location will be called Lava Siphon, and it should play completely different than Sorting did. All this shaking also shook a huge amount of rocks loose towards Train Yard, and it's getting covered up by them. This POI is now going to be named Rock Slide, which we'll find super appropriate considering what happened. The loot is said to be the same, even though the play area seems much smaller. But Train didn't have amazing loot before, so it's pretty easy to believe. Much of the land on World's Edge will be filled with lava when compared to before, so you might be wondering how are you going to get around the map quickly while being safe? Well, lucky for us, the map is going to be saturated with those zipline gondolas seen at Thermal Station, but they'll be moving. All of these changes to the Battle Royale map should result in such new playstyles that might really favor characters like Valkyrie, Pathfinder, Octane, and more, due to the lack of running space on the map. The Battle Royale map changes aren't the only thing though, as arenas will be different as well. Starting off, we're going to be looking at King Canyon's Hillside, Dome from World's Edge, and Oasis from Olympus. Along with these rotation changes, a huge change is going to come to the arena side of the game, which is ranked. Ranked arenas should have the same rank names as the BR mode, but the point system is going to be done way differently. Kills will not count whatsoever for RP, only wins. This is going to be a giant incentive to grind arenas now. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of the player base swaps over to arenas. And guys, with all these map changes, let's move on to talking about some of your favorite legends and what buffs or nerfs they might be seeing in Emergence. The first legend to point out that's getting buffed is the stinky boy himself, Caustic. His gas is seeing a massive change in the way it damages, however, it comes at a small cost of dissipation time on the gas itself. When you take damage in Caustic's gas, the damage will increase every other second at no limit on the damage multiplying. The gas itself will disappear 5 seconds sooner, but truly, this is going to be a massive buff for Caustic, and we fully expect to see him at full force in Season 10. Another legend that's going to get buffed is Horizon. When Horizon was first released, we saw what an unbalanced legend truly was like on release. Truly, she was too strong, but when she received her nerf, it handicapped her. In Season 10, we expect to see her back near her Season 7 form, but not quite broken. Definitely not a total revert, but she should be in a great place. Even currently, she's quite playable and underrated. Fuse will also be seeing a large buff in the form of his knuckle clusters as well as his ult. His clusters will last twice as long as before, allowing him to delay space for even longer. Not to mention the damage you could get for staying in it for its full duration. This alone is making Fuse look scary, but they didn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. His Mother mode will now highlight enemies even if they're inside of a building the flames are surrounding. Yes, you heard us right. Fuse will have wall hacks included in his ult now, and we expect Fuse to be super strong in the upcoming season, and suggest you give him or Watson a try, since you might need to start countering Fuse soon. And the only legend we seem to have heard about getting a nerf is gonna be Revenant. Now, before you jump for joy, it's not exactly what the community was expecting. His death totem will now give an audible and visible indication of when it's about to run out on a player. This should be a very minor change and quite frankly probably won't be much of a benefit to any player being rev jumped on, but we definitely have our hopes up and hope it helps counter a little bit of those rev spammers. And so far, these are the only legends we're positive about, but we do expect to see some minor changes to a lot of the other legends as well. With so many exciting changes coming to Apex in Season 10, we cannot wait to play on it August 3rd. Seer looks like he's going to be an amazing addition to the roster of legends, but he does seem like he's going to be as strong as he is expressional in his art. Not to mention the map changes coming to World's Edge and the player base playing on it for 2 weeks at the start of the season. We are sure to see some new places we haven't been shown yet. The Battle Pass this season is also going to introduce over 100 cosmetic items and loads of voice lines and so much more. With Valkyrie and Horizon getting legendary skins in Emergence, we're sure to see them played just a bit more to show off those 6 skins. And on top of the Legends getting skins in the Battle Pass, you'll also find the final 2 reactive skins to be for the Vault. And these things look amazing, and we can't wait to start the grind to get those. Many people seem to have taken a negative outlook on Season 10, but I can't seem to understand why, because there's so many exciting things that are coming our way August 3rd. Alright guys, within the time of this video being made, there might be a little bit information to come out about Season 10, but for now, this is all the confirmed information as of July 31st. And we are pumped to see firsthand what the game feels like with so many changes coming to it, and we hope you guys are too. Anyway, my name has been Valued, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.